Today I stand before you to speak about one of the most critical principles that separate those who succeed from those who simply wish they would. Winners don't make excuses. Let that phrase settle in your heart for a moment. Winners don't make excuses. In this world, there's no shortage of challenges. Life is not designed to be easy. Success is not handed to anyone on a silver platter. Every single one of us will face trials, setbacks, and disappointments. But there's a fundamental truth that winners understand: challenges are inevitable, but excuses are optional. You see, excuses are nothing more than barriers to your own success. They are the lies you tell yourself that keep you from reaching your fullest potential. Winners take full responsibility for their lives and their actions. They do not waste time blaming others or pointing fingers at circumstances. They know that true power comes from owning your choices and your journey. And no matter the obstacle, they keep moving forward. Because progress isn't about how many times you fall, it's about how many times you get back up. Every time you make an excuse, you give away your power. You surrender your opportunity to grow, to improve, and to advance. But when you stop making excuses, you unlock your true potential. You embrace challenges as opportunities to refine your skills, to build your character, and to prove to yourself just how strong you really are. Excuses are nothing more than an escape from greatness. They allow you to avoid taking the necessary actions that will lead to your success. Winners don't look for escape routes. They look for solutions. And solutions are found through action, through perseverance, through resilience. You don't wait for the perfect moment, because there is no such thing. You make the moment perfect by the actions you take. It's time to abandon the habit of making excuses. It's time to stop asking, why me, and start asking, what's next? Your life is in your hands, and you are the only one responsible for the direction it takes. No one else can do the work for you. No one else can overcome your obstacles. It's on you. And here's the truth. You have everything you need inside of you to be a winner. You have the mind, the heart, and the spirit to overcome any challenge, to rise above any difficulty. But first, you must make the decision to stop making excuses. You must take full ownership of your life. And from that point forward, refuse to be a victim of your circumstances. Discipline, not motivation, will carry you through the hard times. When motivation fades, it is your discipline, your commitment to your goals that will keep you moving. The path to success is paved with hard work, not short-term bursts of enthusiasm. And remember, winners are not defined by their circumstances. They are defined by how they respond to them. The world may throw its hardest punches, but you will respond with resilience, with determination, and with unwavering faith in your own ability to overcome. Today I challenge you to let go of excuses. Commit to action. Own your destiny. You are a winner not because of your circumstances, but because of your mindset. You are a winner because you refuse to make excuses, and you choose instead to rise above water. The question is no longer whether you can make it. The question is, will you take responsibility? Will you take action? The choice is yours. Personal responsibility is the foundation upon which success is built. It means fully owning your actions, decisions, and outcomes, regardless of external circumstances. It is about recognizing that you and only you have the power to shape the direction of your life. When you take personal responsibility, you stop shifting blame onto others, whether it's a challenging boss, a difficult situation, or even your upbringing. You accept that while you can't control everything around you, you have control over how you respond to those challenges. The key to personal responsibility is understanding that you are the architect of your life. Your choices today determine the reality you will live tomorrow. Whether you succeed or fail, it all comes down to the decisions you make and the actions you take. The moment you start blaming others is the moment you empower yourself to change your story. It's easy to look around and see what's not working, how others have failed you, or how circumstances aren't in your favor. But the true measure of success lies in how you handle those situations. Personal responsibility calls on you to be proactive, to find solutions instead of excuses, and to take charge of your life. Winners don't wait for the world to change around them. They change the way they respond to the world. When you own your actions, it allows you to grow from every experience. Mistakes become stepping stones, not failures. You see each setback as a chance to learn, to improve, and to get better. You don't waste time lamenting over what went wrong. You focus on what you can do right moving forward. This mindset transforms challenges into opportunities for growth and empowers you to rise above adversity. Taking personal responsibility also means understanding that you are responsible for your own mindset. You choose what you believe, how you feel, and how you perceive the world around you. You can't always control what happens, but you can control how you react. Winners take responsibility for maintaining a positive, solution-oriented mindset no matter the circumstances. They don't allow negativity or self-doubt to cloud their vision. Personal responsibility is the difference between being a passive participant in your life and being the driving force behind your success. It is about owning your actions, decisions, and mistakes without making excuses. When you fully embrace this principle, you are no longer a victim of your circumstances. You become the victor in your own story. A mindset of excellence is not simply about achieving great results. It is about cultivating a mindset that consistently seeks to elevate and improve, no matter the situation. It's about striving for the highest standards in everything you do, whether it's big or small. Excellence is not a destination, it's a continual journey, a commitment to doing things with the utmost care, attention, and integrity. It's a refusal to settle for mediocrity and an unwavering belief that you can always do better, be better, and achieve more. People with a mindset of excellence don't wait for motivation to strike. They create their own drive through discipline. They set high expectations for themselves, and they show up every day ready to meet those expectations regardless of how they feel. Their focus is on consistency, the ability to push forward even when the task at hand seems tough or the rewards seem distant. The pursuit of excellence means understanding that every action, no matter how routine or challenging, contributes to the bigger picture of who you are and what you aim to achieve. Having a mindset of excellence also means understanding the power of attention to detail. It's not about perfectionism, but about giving your best effort no matter the task. Excellence is found in the small things, in the way you communicate, in the precision of your work, in the integrity with which you live your life. It's this commitment to quality in every action that leads to greater results over time. Innocence is also deeply tied to resilience. The mindset of excellence recognizes that failure is an inevitable part of the process, but it's not an excuse to give up. Instead, it's an invitation to learn, grow, and come back even stronger. People who embrace excellence see setbacks as opportunities to refine their skills and expand their knowledge. They don't dwell on mistakes. Instead, they focus on solutions, adjust their approach, and keep moving forward with renewed determination. At its core, the mindset of excellence is about commitment to personal growth. It means striving for continuous improvement in all areas of life, from your professional career to your personal relationships. It's a mindset that values learning over knowing, growth over stagnation, and evolution over comfort. Those with this mindset are never content with being good enough. They see every experience, every challenge, and every success as a stepping stone toward their next level of greatness. The mindset of excellence is inherently self-motivating. It doesn't rely on external recognition or approval. It's about taking pride in your work and pushing yourself to your fullest potential because you know what you're capable of achieving. It requires an inner drive to be the best version of yourself and to inspire that same level of excellence in others. Those who adopt a mindset of excellence know that success isn't just about what they achieve. It's also about the person they become along the way. It's about the character, discipline, and resilience they build through their pursuit of greatness. In the end, the pursuit of excellence isn't a burden, it's a privilege, because it leads to fulfillment, growth, and the satisfaction of knowing you gave your very best in everything you did. Excuses are one of the most powerful barriers to success because they serve as a shield that protects us from confronting the truth and taking action. They are easy to make and even easier to believe, but they ultimately keep us stuck in a cycle of complacency and missed opportunities. Each excuse is like a chain that holds us back from realizing our potential. It convinces us that the reason we haven't reached our goals or achieved success is because of something outside of ourselves. Circumstances, other people, or even bad luck. But the harsh reality is that every excuse we make only weakens our resolve and gives us less power over our lives. At their core, excuses are a form of self-deception. When we make excuses, we tell ourselves that we are powerless in the face of obstacles or that we are somehow not responsible for our current situation. We tell ourselves that if only the world were different, if only our conditions were more favorable, we could achieve what we set out to do. But the truth is, successful people don't wait for perfect circumstances. They don't wait for things to line up before they take action. They don't let their circumstances define them. They define their circumstances. Excuses also reinforce a victim mindset where we place the blame for our lack of progress on something or someone else. This mindset creates a sense of helplessness and fosters a mentality of giving up, of surrendering our personal power to external forces. When we believe that external factors are to blame for our failures, we relinquish control of our lives. We lose sight of the fact that regardless of a situation, we always have the ability to take action and make a change. When we stop making excuses, we begin to reclaim that power. We take ownership of our decisions and their outcomes. The danger of excuses is that they not only keep us from moving forward, but they also prevent us from learning and growing. When we make excuses, we avoid the hard conversations and difficult truths that we need to face in order to improve. Rather than acknowledging our shortcomings, we hide behind our excuses, telling ourselves that it's not a fault. But growth only comes when we're willing to take an honest look at ourselves and our actions. Excuses rob us of the chance to improve by masking the very lessons we need to learn in order to move ahead. Excuses are often rooted in fear of failure, fear of rejection, or fear of discomfort. When we make excuses, we are often avoiding the vulnerability of trying something new or stepping out of our comfort zones. But growth and success are always on the other side of fear. It's easy to stay in the familiar, to keep making excuses that allow us to avoid the risks and challenges that come with striving for something greater. But it's only by facing those fears head on and pushing through them that we ever truly grow. What we often don't realize is that every time we make an excuse, we are reinforcing a pattern of avoidance. And over time, that pattern becomes a habit. The more we use excuses to justify our inaction, the easier it becomes to keep making them. Eventually, excuses become our default response to any difficulty or setback. The more we indulge in them, the further we drift from our goals, and the harder it becomes to break free from the cycle of self-sabotage. Success, on the other hand, is built on a mindset of responsibility, action, and perseverance. It's about facing challenges head on, learning from failure, and continuously moving forward no matter how difficult the journey. Instead of using excuses, successful individuals look for solutions. They embrace the challenges, take responsibility for their mistakes, and move with purpose. They don't waste energy complaining about how hard things are. They focus on how they can overcome the obstacles in their path. The key to breaking free from the trap of excuses is to shift your mindset from one of avoidance to one of ownership. When you stop blaming others, stop rationalizing your shortcomings, and stop deflecting responsibility, you open the door to real growth and transformation. You realize that you are capable of more than you thought, and that every obstacle is an opportunity to learn and evolve. Excuses may offer temporary comfort, but they do nothing to propel you toward your dream. It's only when you stop making excuses and take full responsibility for your actions that you begin to unlock your true potential and step into the life you've always desired. When faced with challenges or setbacks, it's easy to fall into the trap of focusing on the problem. It's natural to examine what went wrong, why it happened, and what could have been done differently. While it's important to understand the issue at hand, dwelling on the problem for too long can paralyze us. Focusing too much on the problem often leads to frustration, anxiety, and a sense of helplessness, which in turn stops us from moving forward. In contrast, focusing on solutions creates momentum. It shifts the focus from what we cannot control to what we can. It opens up possibilities, promotes creativity, and moves us from a state of reaction to one of action. A mindset focused on solutions doesn't ignore the problem, it simply refuses to be consumed by it. It acknowledges the challenge, but rather than getting bogged down in feelings of helplessness or resentment, it turns the attention to finding a way forward. Every problem has a solution. It's simply a matter of finding it. And solutions are rarely found by wallowing in negativity or rehashing the past. They're found by being proactive, asking the right questions, and remaining open to new ideas. Instead of saying, "This is too hard," a solution-focused mindset asks, "What can I do to fix this?" It takes the challenge head on with the belief that there is always a way forward. One of the powerful aspects of focusing on solutions is that it helps break down large, seemingly insurmountable problems into smaller, more manageable tasks. When you focus only on the problem, It often seems overwhelming and unsolvable. But when you shift your attention to the solution, you start to see the steps that need to be taken. This makes the process less intimidating and more achievable. By focusing on what needs to be done next, rather than the entire mountain ahead, you can begin to climb one step at a time. Each small solution you implement moves you closer to overcoming the challenge. In addition, a solution-oriented mindset encourages innovation and creativity. Problems often present us with opportunities to think outside the box and come up with fresh approaches. When you're fixated on the problem, you become confined to your existing mindset, thinking in ways that have failed you before. But when you make the conscious choice to look for solutions, you open yourself up to new ideas, new methods, and new possibilities. You start to see the challenge as a puzzle to be solved. And the joy of finding the right solution becomes a driving force rather than the frustration of dealing with the issue itself. Another important aspect of focusing on solutions is that it fosters a sense of empowerment. When you focus on problems, you position yourself as a victim, helpless, and unable to control the situation. But when you focus on finding solutions, you recognize your own power to make changes and take action. You stop waiting for external circumstances to change and begin taking responsibility for what is within your control. This shift in perspective not only gives you a greater sense of agency, but also builds confidence in your ability to tackle future challenges. Focusing on solutions also helps to minimize negativity. It's easy to fall into a cycle of complaining or blaming others when things go wrong, but this only drains energy and hinders progress. When you focus on solutions, you redirect that energy into creating positive change. You stop looking for excuses and instead look for ways to move forward. This kind of mindset naturally attracts more positivity, as it encourages an attitude of growth and resilience rather than stagnation. Solution-focused thinking helps to avoid the paralysis of perfectionism. It's easy to get stuck in overthinking or trying to find the perfect answer, which can delay action. But perfection isn't always possible, and the pursuit of it can sometimes prevent progress. By focusing on solutions, you're able to take imperfect steps forward and adjust along the way. You understand that success doesn't require everything to be flawless. It simply requires consistent movement toward a goal. And sometimes that movement comes through trial and error, learning from mistakes and constantly adjusting as new information arises. In the long run, those who focus on solutions are more likely to succeed. They are not deterred by setbacks. They use those setbacks as learning experiences. They don't let problems define them. They define how they respond to those problems. The key to overcoming obstacles is not in the problem itself, but in the way you approach it. When you focus on solutions, you bring a positive, forward-moving energy to every situation, which keeps you in control and always moving toward the goal. Every obstacle becomes an opportunity to prove that there is always a way through, no matter how difficult it may seem at first. Commitment to action is the driving force behind every successful endeavor. It is the bridge between intention and accomplishment. Many people have dreams, goals, and desires, but what separates those who achieve them from those who don't is their ability to take consistent, purposeful action. It's easy to talk about what you want to do, to think about it, to plan for it, and even to talk to others about it. But without commitment to actually doing the work, those dreams remain just that, dreams. True success comes when you step beyond the planning stage and take deliberate, consistent actions toward your goals. Commitment to action requires discipline and perseverance. It's about making the decision to act, even when you don't feel like it or when the path ahead looks difficult. When you are committed to action, you don't let excuses or procrastination hold you back. You understand that every step you take, no matter how small, is one step closer to realizing your vision. The process of taking action might not always be easy or glamorous, but it is through the work, through the continuous effort, that success is built. This is the mindset that transforms ideas into reality. One of the hallmarks of commitment to action is consistency. It's not about taking massive leaps all at once. It's about showing up every single day, doing the work, and staying focused on the end goal. Progress is made over time. And commitment means sticking with the process, even when it feels like the results are slow to come. It means pushing through setbacks, accepting that there will be obstacles along the way, but continuing to take action despite them. The person who is committed to action understands that success is not instant but incremental, and they're willing to put in the time and effort it takes to get there. Commitment to action requires a mindset of growth. It's about being willing to learn as you go and to adjust your approach when necessary. It's not enough to just act. It's also important to reflect on those actions, learn from them, and keep moving forward. Each action you take, whether it results in success or failure, provides valuable feedback that helps refine your strategy. The commitment to action means being flexible and adaptable, knowing that there may be multiple paths to the same goal and being open to exploring them as they come. Commitment to action also fosters accountability. When you are committed to taking action, you are essentially holding yourself accountable to your goals. It's easy to set a goal and then allow yourself to slip into complacency, but commitment requires you to show up and put in the work each day. It means creating a plan and sticking to it, holding yourself responsible for making progress toward your objective. When you are committed to action, you stop waiting for external motivation or the perfect moment. You simply start. You take responsibility for your success, and you know that no one can do it for you. In addition to personal accountability, commitment to action also encourages a sense of ownership over your outcomes. You understand that your results are directly tied to your efforts. No one else can achieve your goals for you. And no external circumstance will determine your success. It is your choices and actions that create the life you want. Whether you face challenges or experience setbacks, your commitment to action keeps you focused on the solution and pushes you to continue taking steps forward no matter what. Finally, commitment to action requires courage. It takes courage to take the first step, especially when the outcome is uncertain. It takes courage to continue acting even when things aren't going as planned. The person committed to action understands that fear and doubt are natural, but they don't allow them to control their decisions. Instead, they move forward with faith in their ability to figure things out as they go. Courage is not the absence of fear. It's the willingness to move through it, to take action even when you're unsure of the outcome. It's the courage to believe that each step is a step towards success, no matter how imperfect the path may seem. Commitment to action is the most powerful tool for turning vision into reality. It's the key ingredient that transforms dreams into tangible outcomes. Without action, goals remain a distant thought. an idea that is never fully realized. When you commit to taking action, you commit to the process of growth, to learning from your experiences, and to relentlessly pursuing the success you envision. Action is where progress begins and where success is born. Perseverance and resilience are the qualities that enable individuals to push through difficult circumstances and continue pursuing their goals despite setbacks, obstacles, or failures. These traits are essential for long-term success because the path to achievement is rarely linear or free from challenges. Life has a way of testing your resolve, throwing curveballs that may seem impossible to overcome. But it is through perseverance and resilience that you'll learn to stand tall, keep moving forward, and transform adversity into opportunity. Perseverance is about endurance. It's the ability to keep going even when the journey is tough and the road ahead seems uncertain. It's about not allowing temporary setbacks to become permanent roadblocks. People who persevere do not quit at the first sign of failure or difficulty. Instead, they understand that progress requires sustained effort. They approach each day with the mindset that the work is worth it, even when the results aren't immediate. Perseverance means showing up, doing the work, and staying focused on the goal, regardless of how many times you've stumbled or fallen short. It's about finding the strength to keep moving forward, one step at a time, even when your energy wanes or when the odds seem stacked against you. Resilience, on the other hand, is the capacity to recover from difficulties, to bounce back stronger after facing adversity. It is an inner strength that allows you to endure hardship without allowing it to define you. Resilience is about learning from failure, adjusting your approach, and using the lessons from tough times to improve and grow. Those who are resilient view challenges not as insurmountable obstacles, but as opportunities to learn, adapt, and become more capable. They understand that setbacks are not permanent, and that with the right mindset and effort, they can recover and continue toward their goals. Resilience is the ability to absorb the shock of life's challenges and come out stronger on the other side. Together, perseverance and resilience form the bedrock of any successful endeavor. They work in tandem to keep you moving forward when things get tough. Perseverance keeps you going even when the results are slow, while resilience helps you recover when setbacks occur and ensures that you don't lose momentum. But when both qualities are present, you gain the strength to face challenges head on and the endurance to push through them. The combination of perseverance and resilience is what allows people to thrive despite adversity. It's what helps you get up after you've fallen, what helps you stay committed to your goals when things don't go according to plan. Life isn't about avoiding failure or difficulty. It's about learning to navigate through it. Successful individuals don't see failure as a dead end. They see it as a detour that can teach them something new, a chance to adjust, to adapt, and to refine their approach. They bounce back from challenges with more determination and a better understanding of what it takes to reach their goal. Another powerful aspect of perseverance and resilience is the role they play in building confidence. Each time you persist through adversity or recover from a setback, you prove to yourself that you are capable of handling whatever life throws your way. With every challenge you face, your belief in your own abilities grows stronger. You realize that you're not defined by your failures, but by how you respond to them. The more you push through tough times, the more you build the inner fortitude needed to face even greater challenges ahead. Perseverance and resilience cultivate a mindset of growth. You begin to see difficulties as stepping stones to success, not roadblocks. When you approach life with these two qualities, you not only become more capable of overcoming adversity, but you also develop a deeper understanding of what true success is. Success is not about never failing. It's about how you respond when things go wrong. The ability to persevere and be resilient gives you the strength to stay committed to your vision, to remain focused on your purpose, and to keep moving forward no matter how hard it gets. It's through perseverance and resilience that you find your greatest achievements, not in spite of challenges, but because of them. Discipline is the backbone of success, far more reliable than fleeting motivation. While motivation can spark enthusiasm and drive at the beginning of a project or goal, it often fades when faced with challenges, setbacks, or distractions. Motivation is powerful in the short term, but it is discipline that carries you through the long haul. Discipline is the ability to do what needs to be done, whether you feel like it or not. It's about making consistent, deliberate choices that align with your goals, regardless of how you feel in the moment. When you rely solely on motivation, you are at the mercy of your moods, external circumstances, or a sudden burst of inspiration. But when you cultivate discipline, you create a foundation for consistent progress that doesn't waver with your emotions. Discipline helps you maintain focus and momentum, even when the initial excitement of a new project or goal has worn off. It's the habit of showing up every day, doing the work, and sticking to your commitments, even on days when it's tough or when progress feels slow. Discipline isn't about waiting for the perfect conditions or the right moment. It's about taking action whether you feel motivated or not, because you know that your long-term goals require consistent effort. This consistency is what leads to success, not the short burst of motivation that can sometimes be unreliable. What makes discipline so powerful is that it builds over time. Each day you make the decision to stay disciplined, you strengthen your ability to keep going even when the going gets tough. Over time, small actions compound and lead to significant results. Discipline ensures that you don't give up after a few setbacks or when things don't go according to plan. It allows you to maintain the focus needed to keep pushing forward despite difficulties. It's in those moments when motivation is nowhere to be found that discipline shows its true value. It's the internal commitment to a goal that keeps you moving no matter the external circumstances. Another aspect of discipline is its role in helping you build positive habits. Motivation can spark a desire to change, but it's discipline that helps you sustain that change over time. It's the practice of doing something repeatedly, making it part of your routine, and staying committed to it even when the initial excitement fades. When you rely on discipline, you are actively reinforcing behaviors that support your goals, and over time, these behaviors become second nature. This is why successful people don't wait for motivation to strike. They have built the habits and systems that allow them to continue taking action regardless of their emotional state. Discipline also fosters a sense of accountability. When you are disciplined, you hold yourself responsible for doing what needs to be done, whether it's easy or difficult. This level of responsibility empowers you to take control of your life and your goals. You realize that success is in your hands, and it's your responsibility to keep working toward it, even when motivation is low. Discipline teaches you to rely on your own willpower and self-control rather than waiting for external factors or feelings to dictate your actions. It's an internal commitment to doing what is necessary, regardless of the external environment. While motivation can get you started on the path to success, discipline is what ensures you stay on it. Discipline creates a structure that allows you to maintain focus, stay organized, and make steady progress toward your goals. It's about cultivating the mindset that every action counts and every decision contributes to the bigger picture. Motivation, on the other hand, is more reactionary. It comes and goes, influenced by external factors or fleeting emotion. In contrast, discipline is something you can control. It's about developing the inner strength to do what's necessary even when it's uncomfortable or inconvenient. Discipline leads to a greater sense of control over your life. Instead of feeling like you're being tossed around by your emotions or circumstances, discipline allows you to act with purpose and intention. It empowers you to make choices based on your long-term vision, not on short-term feelings. With discipline, you create a framework for success that is independent of external factors, enabling you to stay on track and remain focused on your goals. The key to lasting success is the ability to stay disciplined. While motivation may give you the initial spark, discipline is what will carry you through the difficult times, the moments when motivation is absent, and the long, hard days of effort. Discipline turns actions into habits, habits into routines, and routines into success. It's the quiet force that ensures you continue to move forward, no matter the obstacles, and that you remain steadfast in your pursuit of your goals, even when motivation has long since faded. Accountability and integrity are the cornerstones of personal growth and success. They form the foundation of trust, responsibility, and ethical behavior. And they are essential for building lasting relationships, both personally and professionally. Accountability is about taking ownership of your actions, decisions, and outcomes. It means recognizing that you are responsible for the results you create, whether they are positive or negative. It requires the courage to face the consequences of your choices, learn from your mistakes, and commit to doing better in the future. Integrity, on the other hand, is about aligning your actions with your values and principles, even when no one is watching. It's the commitment to honesty, transparency, and ethical behavior, no matter the situation. Together, these two qualities create a powerful combination that can propel you towards success, help you build strong relationships, and earn the respect of others. When you are accountable, you hold yourself responsible for your actions and their impact. You don't make excuses or shift the blame onto others. Accountability means taking full responsibility for both your successes and your failures. This mindset shifts the focus from external factors to internal choices and actions. Rather than looking for someone or something else to blame when things go wrong, you look inward and ask, what can I do to improve? This creates a powerful sense of self-centeredness and agency because you realize that you have the power to influence your outcomes. Accountability is not just about acknowledging what went wrong. It's about using those experiences as opportunities for growth, making adjustments, and moving forward with greater awareness and determination. Integrity is the foundation of personal and professional credibility. It's about doing what is right, even when it's difficult or inconvenient. People who possess integrity are known for being honest, reliable, and trustworthy. They keep their word, honor their commitments, and act with moral clarity, regardless of the circumstances. Integrity is not a trait that can be faked. It must be demonstrated through consistent action over time. When you act with integrity, you build trust with others. which is essential for forming strong, healthy relationships. Trust is the glue that holds relationships together, whether in business, friendships, or family, and integrity is what earns that trust. It's the understanding that your actions are a reflection of who you are and what you stand for. One of the most powerful aspects of accountability and integrity is that they create a sense of alignment between your actions and your values. When you are accountable, you understand that your choices have consequences, and you take ownership of those consequences, whether they're positive or negative. This accountability encourages personal growth because it forces you to reflect on your decisions, understand where you went wrong, and make better choices in the future. Integrity reinforces this process by ensuring that the choices you make are guided by a strong moral compass. When you are aligned with your values, your actions are more consistent, and your decisions become clearer and more purposeful. You stop second-guessing yourself, and you trust that your choices are grounded in honesty and ethical principles. Accountability also enhances your ability to learn from feedback and criticism. When you are open to being held accountable, you welcome constructive feedback because you understand it as a tool for improvement. Instead of becoming defensive or discouraged when things don't go as planned, you view challenges as opportunities to learn and grow. Accountability enables you to see mistakes not as failures, but as valuable lessons that inform future actions. This mindset fosters resilience and allows you to bounce back from setbacks with greater wisdom and determination. Integrity helps to create a culture of trust, both within yourself and in your relationships with others. When people see that you act with integrity, they are more likely to trust you, rely on you, and respect you. Integrity breeds loyalty and respect, as it reflects a commitment to honesty and fairness. When you act with integrity, you inspire others to do the same, creating a ripple effect that strengthens the collective sense of accountability and ethical behavior. In a work environment, for example, integrity fosters a positive culture where people feel safe to be honest, collaborate openly, and work together toward common goals. In personal relationships, integrity builds the foundation for mutual respect, understanding, and emotional safety. Together, the accountability and integrity allow you to lead a life of purpose, confidence, and self-respect. They provide the clarity and focus needed to make decisions that are in alignment with your values and long-term goals. When you hold yourself accountable, you become the driver of your own success, knowing that your efforts and choices directly impact your outcomes. When you live with integrity, you gain the respect and trust of others, creating meaningful, lasting connections that support you in achieving your dreams. Accountability and integrity are not just about doing what is right. They are about consistently doing what is right, even when it's difficult, knowing that these qualities lead to a life that is both fulfilling and successful. Negativity is one of the most destructive forces that can hold you back from achieving your full potential. It creeps into your thoughts, influences your actions, and affects how you see the world around you. When negativity takes root, it clouds your judgment, drains your energy, and inhibits your ability to take action. The problem with negativity is that it often becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. Negative thoughts lead to negative behaviors, which then reinforce more negative thoughts. This cycle can be incredibly difficult to break, but it's essential to recognize that there is no room for negativity in a mindset that is focused on success and growth. The first step in eliminating negativity is understanding that it is a choice. While you can't always control the external circumstances that trigger negative emotions or thoughts, you have full control over how you respond to them. Negativity is a habitual way of thinking, often rooted in fear, self-doubt, or past experiences. However, these are not permanent states. They are temporary conditions that can be changed with intentional effort. By consciously choosing to reject negative thoughts and replace them with more constructive, positive alternatives, you can create an environment for growth and achievement. You begin to see challenges not as insurmountable obstacles, but as opportunities to learn, adapt, and grow stronger. When you make the decision to remove negativity from your life, you begin to shift your focus away from limitations and towards possibilities. Instead of asking, why is this happening to me? You start asking, what can I learn from this? Well, how can I overcome this? This shift in perspective is essential for growth because it empowers you to take ownership of your experiences and actions. Instead of being a passive observer of your circumstances, you become an active participant in creating the outcomes you desire. You stop seeing yourself as a victim of external forces and start viewing yourself as someone who has the power to influence their own future. One of the most powerful aspects of eliminating negativity is its effect on your mindset. When you remove negative thoughts, you create mental space for positive ones. A positive mindset is one of the key factors in achieving success, as it helps you maintain motivation, enthusiasm, and clarity. A positive outlook encourages creativity, problem solving, and resilience, all of which are essential for overcoming the inevitable challenges you will face. Negativity, on the other hand, stifles your potential, causing you to focus on what's wrong instead of what's possible. By choosing positivity, you enhance your ability to find solutions and remain motivated, even in the face of adversity. And this, in addition, negativity not only affects your own mindset, but also impacts the people around you. Negative energy is contagious. When you are consistently negative, you bring down the energy of those you interact with. On the other hand, when you choose to focus on positivity and optimism, you inspire and uplift those around you. People are drawn to those who maintain a positive outlook, who remain hopeful and focused on solutions, even in tough times. This creates an environment of support and collaboration where everyone is motivated to work together toward common goals. Negativity, by contrast, breeds fear, discouragement, and division, creating an atmosphere of doubt and mistrust. If you want to succeed, it's crucial to surround yourself with a positive environment, both internally and externally. Eliminating negativity also helps you build resilience. Life will inevitably throw challenges your way, and how you respond to those challenges will determine your success. If you let negativity dictate your actions, you may find yourself overwhelmed, defeated, and stuck in a cycle of inaction. However, when you choose to focus on positive outcomes, you become more adaptable and resourceful. You're able to see challenges as opportunities to grow rather than as obstacles to avoid. This mindset allows you to bounce back from setbacks more quickly and keeps you moving forward, regardless of the difficulties you encounter. True negativity also prevents you from fully appreciating the present moment. It keeps your focus on the past or future, creating unnecessary stress and anxiety. When you dwell on what went wrong or worry about what could go wrong, you miss the opportunities that are available to you right now. By eliminating negativity, you train your mind to focus on the present, which enhances your ability to make decisions, take action, and enjoy the journey toward your goals. You start to embrace the process rather than constantly fixating on the end result. This shift not only reduces stress, but also increases satisfaction and fulfillment. A life without negativity opens the door to greater personal growth. When you eliminate negative thoughts, you create space for self-compassion, self-improvement, and self-confidence. Instead of criticizing yourself or focusing on your weaknesses, you begin to recognize and build on your strengths. A positive self-image is crucial for success because it encourages you to take risks, step out of your comfort zone, and pursue opportunities that you might otherwise shy away from. And when you believe in your ability to succeed, you are more likely to take bold, decisive actions that lead to growth and achievement. The key to success is not in avoiding challenges or difficulties, but in choosing how you respond to them.